Hey, welcome back to No Hype Beer Reviews. Unless it's your first time, then welcome. Please consider subscribing. If you do, hit the notification bell, get all the updates. We're set for today's video. It's Saturday. On Saturdays, I do Cellar Saturday, where I drink something off the shelves behind me. I've had this one since 2015. I don't know if it's like 2014, and I got in 2015, but I've had this one since 2015. It is Lost Abbey, track number 10, Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with coffee and cacao nibs added. Sign me up, but coffee after 8 years, we'll see. Yeah, I won't read the back. ABV 13.5%. Shows it on my wedding ring on. Honey, if you're watching, I'm sorry. Here, I'll put this on. Like I've been saying a lot of videos lately, painting at the house, and I just cleaned up and just didn't put it on. My bad. Let's get into this. Move away from that as fast as possible. How about Lost Abbey? I don't hear a lot of talk about them lately, and that makes me sad, but I'm contributing to that. Really cool bottle art. Almost said can art because I'm so used to drinking out of a can. Motor oil. That is motor oil. Not much head at all. A little bit of pectin looking stuff sticking to the side of the glass along with the legs. No real lacing. But yeah, that is motor oil. I don't really see brown in there at all. I mean, you can see with the legs, it's not clear legs, they're tinted brown. Yeah, definitely looks like a big motor oily stout. Let's get the aroma. Smells good. That still smells like coffee. I figured this was going to be a lot of green pepper. You get a roastiness that doesn't seem to be just from the coffee. The coffee's like diner coffee, if you're wondering, the specific kind. Like a base roastiness, but I gotta imagine this base beer is not particularly roasty, but maybe I'm wrong for thinking that. The cocoa, okay, so the cacao nibs, cocoa nibs, it reminds me straight up of buying those and then you open them. It's that, it doesn't smell like chocolate how I thought it would. Usually aged beer to me gets more cohesive, rounds the edges and melds together kind of a thing. And this has kind of separated that out and it's less chocolatey, which is super interesting. There's some chocolate to this, don't get me wrong. Also vanilla, a little bit of oak tannins, which is nice. Definitely spirit. I don't know if I'd say bourbon if I was doing this blind, but definitely like a spirit is there. You could almost tell me there's a little bit of coconut. You could almost tell me rum, and I would believe it because of that coconut. But yeah, smells really good. It's going to taste. Cheers. All right, so there is some green pepper in the taste. There is some coffee still though too, which is interesting. The cacao nibs. There's chocolate in the taste, but yeah, they're kind of like separate too. It's interesting. I don't remember that ever happening. I do get warmth in the chest. I'm serving this at 55 degrees, if you were wondering. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, based on the darkness of this and then like how much was sticking inside glass, I thought this would have a little bit more viscosity than it does. I'm not saying it's super thin, but it's thinner than I thought it would be based on the look of the beer. But, you know, that I'm looking at, there is some brown if you get at that angle a little bit. It is, I mean, again, there's some green pepper. There's a lot of coffee. I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense. It shouldn't be there. Dried fruits, some cherry for sure. A little easier to tell it's bourbon in the taste than I was getting the aroma. A little bit of the oak, which is cool. But yeah, big chocolate, big coffee. Kind of mocha-y that way. At times Hershey syrup kind of chocolate. Yeah, this is super tasty. Decent amount of oak, especially the aftertaste. Yeah, my one knock is definitely by today's standards, it lacks the viscosity that I kind of wanted. The more I'm sipping it, the thinner it does seem. It's my only knock though. The flavor's really good. Have you guys had this beer before? Have you had it this aged or less aged? Or Had something else from the Lost Abbey lately? I don't know. Anything, everything, comment section below. Let's get a conversation going. Once you're done doing that, make sure you check me out on Instagram and Untappd. There's no hype beer reviews of both those places. So please like, comment, subscribe, and most importantly, imbibe. Cheers, everyone.